two black dudes right here, and there's a game that got announced the other day that a lot of people are like, if and or like wishy washy about, and that's the Ghost of Yotei. Now I ain't heard from you, Atreus, on your take on this. I ain't hear your take on this. So like, how do you
About
feel about this game? Because as you can
about
see, like the ratio, it almost has 300,000 likes to almost 20K dislikes, and a lot of people in the comments are like, they're positive about it, and
mm,
they're saying, hey, imagine, because did you ever play Ghost of Tsushima?
yeah,
So you remember the legend tales, right? When you had to do the things to unlock different stances or weapons or shit like that for
yeah.
all the people, and they're saying, imagine doing one of those for Jin, and they're like, Ghost of was the best idea to stick with, so you could get different stories, different eras, and characters. And me, I'm like, you know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. If PlayStation was smart, they would make the Ghosts of Tsushima Ghost of franchise. They would make that a franchise to rival Assassin's Creed because it's the games that we've wanted. Because Ghost of Tsushima was the Assassin's Creed game in Japan that everybody wanted. You know what I mean? And it played great.
Hmm.
And this looks great. But you know what? Hey, you know what kind of position we're in right now with all these games. So when people saw the female character, you already knew what happened, and I seen that shit coming a mile away as soon as I seen it. So I ain't get your thoughts on it. What do you feel about it? Let me
I
see.
know that.
Let
I
me
know
see.
that. I know that you were saying that it's not woke. I don't know if the game is woke or not. What I do know is this is, in my opinion, a bait and switch. Um, this
I can
is
agree with
because
that.
here's the thing: how we know Hollywood normally works. When I say Hollywood, I mean like entertainment in general. They play it safe. They always play it safe. If they get a hit, like look at John Wick, right? John Wick, they made that first movie with like what, $40 million.
Yeah, one a lot.
Won a lot, hit it out of the park, and said, "Congratulations, Keanu Reeves. We own you now." Now we get John Wick 2, 3, 4, 5. We got spinoffs. We got him in a Fortnite video game. It's John Wick toys. John, like nowadays, if you kick a nigga's dog, niggas be looking at you. All right. We know they play it safe. So when you get a hit on your hands like Ghost of Tsushima was, which was a hit, and you get this character that people fell in love with, Jin Sakai, and then you follow the sequel up with a whole new character, okay, and then it's a female character. I'm sorry, like I can't dismiss it. I now maybe like I said, I don't know if it's woke or not, but the idea that you're gonna take a proven formula and switch it up and give us, because the thing is, this isn't like a multiplayer game. This isn't like a create your own character kind of game. This is story driven, and people have to fall in love with this character like they fell in love with Jin Sakai. So when
Hmm.
you have Jin Sakai, an already established character that you know people like, you know he's going to sell. Why would you change it at all? Like even to another male character, why would you change it? You have to be extremely confident in the narrative that you're about to tell. You have to be so confident. Oh, we know y'all gonna love this character. Okay, I hope so. Because to me, this looked like a bait and switch. It looks like what Endymion is talking about. Okay,
So
go ahead.
I agree to a certain extent, right? Like I agree that because at the end of the first game, you're thinking you're going to the mainland to fight the rest of the mongrels and to push them back with the rest of the Ronin and things like that. So I was thinking in the sequel you would still play as Jin. So when you see her, you're like, well, what the fuck? We were expecting to keep playing as Jin. We all like Jin Sakai, you know what I mean? He's a good
Right,
character. So
right.
in the bait and switch aspect, I get what people mean by that. You know what I mean? And the climate we're in right now, when people see a woman, they automatically think, in a male dominated like franchise type thing, they think, oh, we're doing this again. Oh, we're switching it out for the woman, the male for the woman kind of thing, right?
Mhm.
So, but my whole thing is this isn't at for face value. It's not the same thing as Assassin's Creed, where Assassin's Creed is a franchise that is based in history. Like it is based in real world events and people and things like that. You know, Ghost of Tsushima, as historically accurate as it was and respectful as it was, it's not a game that is supposed to be based in history. It's just telling a kind of story on history, and it's more representative of samurai films from back in the day than a history game.
I don't know.
It's not the
I look
same
at it
thing.
as the same as Assassin's Creed. It's just Assassin's Creed is more fantastical than than I would say Ghost of Tsushima will probably be more historically accurate than an Assassin's Creed game.
Well, that's not true because in the first game there was a master samurai that was a woman.
Mm-hmm.
There weren't any female samurai
But
in that time period.
but you know why they did that though. That's my whole point. Like we know why they did that. Like we got to have some female characters in there. So I'm not saying when I say accurate, I'm not saying like accurate. Like I'm talking about like I compare it to Assassin's Creed where it tries to be relatively accurate. They want to get the setting correct. They want to get the time period correct, and they want to, all of those. They want to be respectful to the culture. What Assassin's Creed Shadows is doing horrible at doing that, but the other Assassin's Creed games, I felt they did that for the most part, and I think Ghost of Tsushima did that as well. I look at them as the same. They're not telling stories that are like 1000% accurate to those times, but they're telling it in a historically accurate setting and time, and they're being respectful to the culture. Until they got the Assassin's Creed Shadows. Now the ghost of is it
Yotei.
Yotei? Yotei. You know, it's a female samurai. I don't know how Japan feel about that yet. Like I don't know.
So from my research, what I was looking into it, during this time period, there were female samurai. I forget the name. I would have to look back on Google. But there were female samurai during this time period. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. And after playing Ghost of Tsushima, I mean, I'm not opposed to it because it's not like, to me, the difference is it's not like Assassin's Creed where yeah, there it is right there, Onabushi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. To me, Assassin's Creed is a history game. Every time that since the first game, it's, a lot of this is loosely based on history. These are just stories told in a historical time period. So it's kind of different to me because it's not like, with Assassin's Creed, it was clearly obvious what they were doing. It was obvious as fucking shit on the ground. You know what I mean? It was obvious what they were doing with that character and with that story. Here, I mean, I get it. I get how people could see that and be like, it's the exact same thing. But I think I just didn't get the vibe off of that when I saw this. I just didn't get the exact same vibe. And then plus you got to remember Ubisoft's track record. We know who Ubisoft is. We know the kind of things that they do behind the scenes and the kind of agendas that they like to push. So when you saw it, you automatically knew what they were doing. With Sucker Punch, it's not the exact same kind of thing. As
Well,
of now,
MRI Gamer in the chat says that he saw a tweet somewhere where they were saying that
yeah,
there it is. There are more woke devs. I mean, there's more woke devs everywhere now since COVID.
yeah.
So
Yeah, so I was about to hit on that. That's what I was saying. As of now, like when I first impressions of the video game, I didn't have that impression that that's what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
At this very moment, however, I do know a lot of information now, and I have seen a lot of the stuff that he's talking about, like the devs with all the pronouns and pushing all the other kind of shit. And then we got the insider information that I know now. And now I understand 100% why people, when you see a red flag, most people are like, oh, well, I'm just not going to touch it. And I can't blame people for thinking that.
I don't
To
even
be
know what
honest,
insider information he's talking about. So
it's it is wild. It is wild. To be honest, it's
you about to bring it up or you just finna?
I don't really want to bring it up. I don't want to bring it up in indirect talking about what I know. You know what I mean? Because I don't want to lose sources. You know what I'm talking about. But I will say that the fears that everybody has about the studio and about, you know, the modern gaming and things like that, they're valid. They're valid. They're valid. The voice actress, you see the voice actress, it's valid. There's a reason they hired her. There's a reason why she says all the things she says, and they don't slap her on the wrist.
I'm telling you, like I said in my other video, they preemptively told her to block us.
100%. 100%.
They told her and this is why I say this is why it's an issue, because they know what they're doing. They told her, listen, people are going to be upset because they thought they was going to get their little male character Jin Sakai, and we're replacing them with the female. Go ahead and block these people. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Yeah, 100%. 100%. They were like, hey, you see what's going on with Assassin's Creed Shadows. You see what's going on with Black Girl Gamers, Concord, things like that. All these people. Suicide Squad is probably what kicked it off, to be honest. It was probably Suicide Squad. All the bullshit that was going on with that game. Like, yeah, fucking bitch block me, bro. Like, what? Why would you block? I'm nobody. I'm nobody. I defended you. Your game, not you, because you're a fucking weirdo. But I defended your game, and I play your character when I play Apex Legends. You know she voices Valkyrie in Apex?
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she voices Valkyrie. So I'm like, God dang, you just gonna block me? All right, fucking weirdo. And yeah, the voice actress, yeah, she's a walking, talking, fucking breathing red flag. She's a PR nightmare for a company, bro. Unless said company wants her to speak the way that she speaks and doesn't mind that she speaks the way that she speaks. You know what I mean? And for what I know, behind the scenes, yeah, everybody's concerns are valid. Everyone's concerns are valid.
There
And
you
yeah,
go.
she's in Veilguard. She's in Veilguard too. Yeah. So yeah, everybody's concerns are valid. And I will say, if what I know, if what I've been told turns out to be true about this video game, it is going to light the fucking internet on fire. And when I say on fire, not in a good way, not in a good way. I think it might be the final fucking straw, to be honest. I think it might be the final straw if it is, if what I was told is true. What is this that you sent me?